Pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Templar Assassin.
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Needs assassin.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ogre Magi!
Radiant team pick.
Invoker.
Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Faceless Void.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. 10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Sand King.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I have.
Prepare for battle.
Sure. All the way on the top lane we have Arrow on the Disruptor, and he's going to be laning with Haze on the Weaver. Then helping
30
out the mid
seconds to
is going
battle.
to be, I think that's going to be Felt. Jaisu on the Ogre Magi. Mid is TA2000. Well, I am looking forward to see his TA. And last but not least on the Sand King is Juchi.
The battle begins.
Time is money. Gains.
Yeah, and I think the Monkey King will just take this as space created, and he is moving to the bottom lane right now. I'm really surprised to see that he's pretty late on starting to bounce around with the tree vision. Could have been giving a bit more information already.
First blood.
That was very close. That Portman shield was doing so much work there. Which is for me, it's a sensible nerf. He's at least not that unexpected anymore. But by the time he's channeling that, you are kinda already too late in many cases.
Not fast enough. Nothing will stand in my way. A gift from
He
the
actually
Tempest
hasn't
of
leveled
Battle.
it yet.
That should help.
depends on what you can dodge, I guess. And the Monkey King has just sniped out a rune and he's got the double damage. So this TA should be very careful, especially because the ogre has been walking up and down for a bit.
Grace to you.
And I think the Nyx has to watch out for the Disruptor. Once the Disruptor gets a couple of levels up, he might actually die here. But so far, he seems to be just fine. That's one of those things you gotta watch out for, the fact that once they hit a certain level, they can suddenly come out at you. And you didn't expect it because before everything was going so smoothly, right? You get kind of lulled into this sense of safety. They are waiting for this invoker to go too far forward. And
I'll take your tribute.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
This only happens when you're around.
You amuse me, ogres. Pity.
it
Radiant's
might
middle
actually be
tower
worth
is
it though,
under
because they
attack.
drew the Rubik all the way to top. And the Sand King can get a lot more out of this lane right now. The Rubik has to either make a gank happen or just waddle all the way back to bot. That's a lot of time wasted. And Juchi is going to be very happy here. He's got quite a lot of farm, quite a lot of levels, and he gets to shrine up still. So yeah, they're moving the ogre back down to actually pressure this lane even more. If it truly goes late game, this one is for Penta because the Monkey King scales so well. He can definitely transition into a core kind of position, but the question is if they are going to get there, because there's going to be a ton of physical damage coming out of Cerberus early. Especially with the Ogre Magi buffing up the Weaver and the Templar Assassin. They are going to get right-clicked to death if they don't figure out a way to deal with it. At the start of the game, I always like to look at the levels instead of at the net worth. Because at this point in the game, one extra point in a spell is going to do so much more for you than the little bit of agi you get from like 100 extra gold and putting it into a slippers or something. So the Cerberus are actually doing just fine on their levels. The only one I'm concerned about is the Ogre Magi, really. He has been forced to move around too much, yeah, no boots, level 2. Even the Monkey King, who didn't get a lot done, is a level above him and has his boots already.
You are as dead as they come.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
That should help.
A mysterious.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Death and gold are linked. A gift from the tempest of battle.
Yeah, he saw him coming, but only just. And that's it's a 4-second stun if he falls out of that tree, right? So you do not want to get caught in that position.
It's mine. Mine.
There we go. That was, well, pretty much bound to happen. So Cerberus are on the board now. And if you look at the net worth and the EXP, they have actually, in spite of the score being 4-1, they actually just took a huge leap with just a 1 kill. And they were never really behind as much already. Beautiful.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, and their Templar Assassin has just been left alone, really. So she's got a great start. Top of the net worth charts. Got 70 last hits. That's pretty solid. And no one on Penta even comes close. So, and it's another DD. That guy is getting so lucky on his runes.
I'll take your tribute.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There they go again.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
he overstayed his welcome there, definitely. And they are trying to give the Monkey King some much needed farmer levels by putting him on top here. But yeah, this Weaver does not care about anything that the Monkey King can do. You can just kill him, so this is not actually a very
Dire's
fun
middle
place for him
tower
to
is
try
under
and get
attack.
that little bit more up. Yeah, pretty much that. And
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well-gotten gains.
Radiant's bottom tower is
They are splitting the map really
Middle tower
beautifully
has
here.
fallen.
That's 2 towers down,
Dire's top tower
and
is under attack.
Penta might not even get this top tower. This Cerberus can totally still choose to defend this, but I think instead they are just clearing out the Radiant jungle. They're like 2
Dire's top
enough.
tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen.
They can kill it very, very fast.
Radiant's middle tower is
This
under
TA
attack.
is also nearly at a Desolator. So that right click that I was talking about earlier is really coming up fast. And Penta are not in a good position to put pressure. They don't have a lot of aggressive vision up. Whereas Cerberus have wards all over Penta's jungle.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I think it's more useful for them to see the Chronosphere wasted than to kill him, because his respawn timer is going to be pretty short still. I have never seen either of these two teams before. I'm just gonna admit it. Never seen any. I have seen Blazemon before.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ooh, that's a dangerous choice. They haven't had any opportunity whatsoever to use the Chronosphere yet. And if he feels like he needs a Lincoln Sphere to be able to even survive these fights, then all of their damage needs to be coming from that Invoker. And
Radiant structures are fortified.
as you can see,
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is falling. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are
yeah, it's about the same as what I wanted to say. They had split pressure on the top lane from the TA who was taking down the second tower. All they really needed to do was just keep him engaged. They had 4 heroes right here. No tower to defend. So if you just keep him there, you get the top tower, you get more levels because you're more spread out. And losing 3 kills is a bit too much there. Like if you lose an ogre, that's fine. But really the Weaver should not get caught like that, and the Sand King the same.
I'll take your tribute.
They did get the Chronosphere down now, yes. I mean, it should spell death for the tier 2 tower mid. And I don't see Penta being able to defend this tower without the Chronosphere. And with this Desolator Aegis Blink Dagger TA, she is
Radiant's middle tower is
huge.
under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh!
Is out.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
This is how strange. No.
You die steps.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
In my dreams.
Is how you last.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Mega kill! Ultra kill!
Trolls in the midst. Those
Dire's
not
top
here.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, 18 minutes. And they cannot deal with all of this. Yeah, all of this right click
Dire's
damage.
top tower
The
is under attack. Radiant's middle barracks have
The
fallen.
Sand King, Juchi, he also played really well right there. He dove all the way in, distracted two people, and managed to actually blink himself to safety, TP to the shrine, regen up, and be right back in the fight just after the Chronosphere and landing that beautiful epicenter. He is my MVP already. That was some great heads-up play. He could have gone all the way to base and just sat there like, well, I was nearly dead, guys, but no. Right back here, right back into the fight. I love it.
A golden thread.
Haste!
It is a problem in a lot of ways. It is also very easy for Cerberus to push in a side lane now because they know the mid lane will follow, and you usually want to have two lanes up against
Radiant's bottom tower
the
is
base
under
here
attack.
before you go in, so that they always have something to deal with on the side as well. And now it's going to happen automatically. So Penta need to make something happen, but they just do not have the items. The Invoker barely scraped his way
Radiant's
towards the
bottom
Aghanim
tower
Scepter,
is under attack.
and Skyder is still working on that Linken's.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Well, they have a Chronosphere here.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
I foresaw your death the moment you were born.
Killing spree!
This was the ideal situation for Penta, because as you said, you can now cycle faster through the spells. When are you gonna get all of your spells off? Well, when you hit a Chronosphere like that. And Cerberus were really just not respecting that possibility enough, as you said. They get caught, they get blown up, and your Desolator doesn't do anything if you're standing in that Chronosphere and all of those spells are landing on your head. So really well played by Penta there, and Cerberus once again gotta regain their control over this match a bit because they got it. Ooh!
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think he smelled that he was in trouble and he had to try. Sometimes you just have to, right? There's... Whoops! I gotta go now. And nothing else to do then. I mean, he is making some space, but I mean, the TA was over to the side, just pushing the lane out. Are they actually leaving him? And I thought for a second there he was gonna jump up farther and try and cut some creeps, or he could even have last hit this tower right here. But he thought this was miraculous enough already. Juchi? No, I'm feeling pretty concerned that they take the fight, especially because the Sand King was still just sitting around here thinking, you know, oh!
To me.
I mean, I wouldn't want to blame anyone there because when the team goes all the way up here without communicating with the Sand King what he's up to, it's gonna be hard no matter who gets caught. But I think that once again the Sand King really redeems that fight there, and then some pretty cool-blooded fighting out of the Weaver gets them some kills, and TA is back now. All of the lanes are in. I think one of the mistakes they are making right now is that there is a reason that you want only 2 lanes to be in. Because if you put all 3 lanes in, all of the farm is gonna come into the enemy team and they will be able to keep up pretty well. Whereas if you leave 1 lane out, they're going to have to either risk their lives to go and get it, as the Faceless Void is doing right now, or risk missing out on that farm and only get 2 lanes.
I'll take your tribute.
Among the hidden ones.
Well, depends though. If the Void catches 2 heroes, I presume he just goes for the other one. So all they did was basically making sure that he needs to catch 2 now. He does. He could buy one right now, but he looks towards the Diffusal Blade instead. So he wants the damage now that the Lincoln Sphere has saved his life in the entire kerfluffle up here. Question is he going to get there?
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Jay is still melting these creeps. Yeah, Void sniped the tower now. And he also... If Penta can keep this up and they can keep putting the TA this low, yeah, they actually held right here. Cerberus need to find some kind of pick-off. Yeah, because if she gets blown up the first time without the Chronosphere being popped, it's all useless, and they are recognizing that. They are more careful about the Chrono this time. It does mean space for this Invoker. He's actually going for a Shiva's against all of the right-click damage. And Scatter has finished his Diffusal Blade, So the superior late game is coming up eventually, and even though the first racks fell at 18 minutes, Cerberus are running out of steam, it feels like.
That should help.
That's the third DD rune for TA 2000 here. I bet he's enjoying life right about now. He's going to have to jump in on top of someone and force them to use the Chronosphere before they really want to. So make Penta panic, make them spend something big. And this is the right scenario. And this is also a curious decision to me. They're hoping to make use of this this lane that's pushed out for a pickoff, but Penta are being very careful. And Cerberus did not actually have any wards watching that, which makes it basically a coin toss. Are we gonna find someone? Who knows? You'd rather... So they got nothing with it. Oh! And because of all of that, yeah, that is dangerous. Because it is down for 100 seconds now, yeah. And this Weaver respawn timer is going to be shorter than that. So if Cerberus is smart about this, they're gonna keep these two lanes in until the Weaver is back, and then they have about 40 seconds with no chrono to go into that base.
Blessings.
Looking forward to seeing them stick around here and doing this, but perhaps they don't feel confident enough.
From the tempest of battle.
This is not enough pressure. And by now Penta have reclaimed parts of their jungle. There are no aggressive wards up anymore for Cerberus. And they're all the way back here with still cooldown of 30 seconds on the Chronosphere. They gotta catch Nyx here. Catch Mikey? Don't. The Monkey King did actually feel confident enough to move into the Echo Saber, so he's going to function as the fourth core for Penta here. Yes. The thing that can make the difference is the Aghanim Scepter that just got finished on the Disruptor. Sand King already has his. If the Disruptor lands that ult on either Void or ideally on both of them, the game could just be over for Penta, just like that. Penta has buyback on both Skyter and Blazemon. Sneaky little push here by the Rubik that destroyed another creep wave and really delays Cerberus' try at going through the top lane. They're playing this out really well. They're keeping Cerberus busy, they're keeping them feeling not quite confident enough to go for anything. And there's still no new aggressive wards up. How are you going to catch anyone, Cerberus, if you don't get yourself some vision on your targets? I'm very concerned. They looked ready to outplay this, but their time window is closing. And Penta are just keeping him busy enough. Spend another smoke here.
Triple kill! Dominating! Ultra kill!
He is lucky to get out there. Alright.
It won't work again, though.
Pretty much. But they have a good shot here, especially because with these two buybacks you can bait Cerberus into thinking that the Void doesn't have his. Which is very smart thinking, so if they go in, if Cerberus overextend,
Radiant's bottom tower is falling.
Our fates were woven from the past.
and the Void buyback. But I think he is pretty happy to stay alive in this game here for the trade of a bit of money there. And once again, Cerberus are on the retreat. This Void keeps coming out at them in moments they don't expect. And it might just cost them the game. Roshan just spawned and Penta are going right on in.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Own it!
Oh, that is painful. And it's literally, they can stick inside the Roche pit and sneak it because the Ogre Magi was placing down this ward over here. If the Rubik doesn't show, might just give them enough time,
Radiant's
but
middle barracks are under
instead they go out at the Ogre and they get punished really
attack.
heavily.
Barracks have fallen.
It's up to poor Invoker to keep him off of the buildings.
Tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack. Radiant's bottom barracks have fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Only 19 seconds left for the Void.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Wicked sick double kill!
That
Radiant's top
should
tower
be the
is under
GG.
attack.
One more Monkey King out.
Top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, that time lapse. Our server is going to go in here again. I think they want to. They believe time lapse is off cooldown again.
Monster kill!
are going in.
Radiant structures are fortified.
This Void's gotta work wonders if he wants to
Radiant's
make anything happen here. And she's just hitting buildings now.
Radiant's top barracks
There are the megas.
Dire now have mega creeps.
I really like that Penta did not want to give that one away. They kept fighting, they kept making it difficult, but it is not enough. That Roche fight cost them so much. But it is the kind of risk you need to take if you want to actually win the game. And it just didn't work out for them. It's a shame, because you could say that Cerberus gave them plenty of opportunities to get back into this. And then the one time they are the ones taking the risk, it also does not work out. It's megas. They have a lot of single target damage. I don't see them. Yeah, there's a Maelstrom on this Monkey King, but I don't think he'll get to use it very much.
For heresies unknown, the temple decreed your death.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire victory.
Yeah, in the end DTA pulls through, but I gotta say I'd like him to have a bit more of a stable performance next game, because he risked this. It could have